One of my next projects on the service truck is to take these welding leads that I have grouped together. You can see I have gas hose. Well, you guys know how I have them set up. Well, I've got an idea to strengthen the whole bundle by adding in this dog chain, and then I'll be able to clip. It's kind of a pain to roll them up the way they are. I got loose ends flying everywhere. So I'm going to use sections of dog chain with a clip that I can snap on. Right now I have bungee cords on there and they get caught on everything. And then, so where the lead starts with the longest piece, and the first one here, it'll be the gas hose. That'll get zip tied to this so that I can still have room to work the connector. And then I can clip it on the reel, and then I'll zip tie the whole lead to it, roll it up, and then secure the other end with one of these other carabiner type things. And then it will stay on the spool and won't go flopping around. And then the next one I'll hook on the next section, and so on and so forth. And then to tie up the loose ends, I've got some of these little gear tie things. I'll kind of show you how that works. But for now, it's just the monotony of zip tying all this stuff together. Also, you may notice a hum in the background versus a roar. I got one of those little 230-volt heaters from Northern Tool. I got that about a year and a half ago. I don't know if I've had it in a video yet. It's less asthma-inducing than the NIPCO. And I'm breathing a little weird because I got the place up to 60 degrees with the NIPCO, and then this kind of takes over pretty well. Keeps about 40 in here, which is better than the 26 degrees outside. This will give you a better gist of what I'm talking about. Let's just say that this is one of the spokes on my reel. Now, instead of having to double this whole section over, I can just click it, start wrapping, and I'll get to my extension cord. Here it is all wrapped up. As I was saying, with when I get to my extension cord, I can't really find a place on here. But let's see. Maybe, yeah, right here. Oh, that's the last extension cord. Never mind. But what I was saying, when I get to a piece that needs to come off, like an extension cord end or the end for that feeder, then I can undo that little industrial orange bread tie thingy, and it's a lot easier to undo and redo than a zip tie or even a bungee cord. And just to simplify rolling up. And I'm kind of concerned about these chains getting caught on things, so eventually what I might do is take this whole thing and put the leather coating on it, or take some old welding greens and make a sleeve for it, and then I don't have to worry about the light hurting it or anything like that, and then they're all bundled. And you might wonder why I didn't do the same with the torch and the air hose. Well, one, I'm out of room. Two, I don't always need a cutting torch. I don't always need an air hose. But every time I need a welding lead, I need a gas hose for most of the time I need a gas hose. Most of the time I need an extension cord to run my spool gun, because I have an adapter box for it. And if I'm stick welding, I need a grinder with a wire brush on the end. I use that to take the slag off. So I almost always need an extension cord and a gas line with my welding lead. Of course, the ground only has an extension cord on it, because isn't it nice to have... I'm going to drag it all out anyways. I might as well roll it up at once. Now, I'll go over to the other side of the truck here. Now if that air hose reel goes bad, I don't know, I might get a bigger reel and just add it in to that. But speaking of reels, I got this other thing in the shop here. I'll go through here. I don't know if I talked about this yet. Was gonna do it later on when I actually found room for it, but I do have one for my acetylene torch too. So when orders slow down here till around Christmas or after Christmas, like February, hopefully I can get some time to redo that welding bed. I'll probably do a skid, just based on the fact that I can. How do I say this? I want to do it. I saw it was in a Diesel Power magazine, where a pipeliner from Alaska had his system set up with an air ride, and he could just set his skid out and go do whatever he wanted. But my premise is I'm going to put camper jacks on all four corners, and then I'll be able to use that fifth wheel that's hidden down in there. Of course, I could always move it, but I do a lot of random things. It's not always welding. Sometimes it's blacksmithing. Sometimes it's construction. So sometimes it's hauling junk. Anyway, that does it for the reel. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. And like I said, zero in on it. The next step, if anything, is going to be wrapping that in some kind of nylon